All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you're watching Sports Talk with BWatts. Hey, it's a good night to be a Colorado fan. Boy, the season has went by so fast, dog. What the hell? But anyway, we 7-2. Yeah. Boy, I know the haters are out there. Man, what is going on? I tell you what's going on. Coach Prime got a team. Yeah, I can tell you exactly what's going on. Coach Prime got him a good football team. That's what's going on. Coach Prime took a bunch of players out of the transfer portal. Bunch of scraps, as my grandmother said, and finna run circles over the college football world. That's what's going on, y'all. We get ready to talk about this game. I got my dog with me, Woodland, tonight, and we're gonna talk about this thing. Y'all already know we're gonna give you the real stuff. We ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. I ain't. I know Steven now, so I'm just gonna tell you the truth now. But I'm glad we won. It's just some things I hope they clean up. Unnecessary things. And at the end, when you got a touchdown lead, stop throwing the ball. Run the ball. That's what I want to see as they go forward. But I'm proud of everything Coach Prime did. Coach Prime took a team that he just assembled out of the transfer portal, went into a hostile environment, won football. Something that the University of Georgia can't say. Something that the University of Miami football program can't say. And I guarantee you after tonight, Alabama ain't gonna be able to say it either. Not in this year. Maybe in the past. But Coach Prime took a bunch of players that he got out of the transfer portal. Haven't even been together a year and won a football game. care what nobody say. Yeah, they got some fun. Yeah, they do some crazy stuff at times. Yeah, they do that. But what team don't? What team don't jump outside? What team don't get a hole in the penalty? What team offensive coordinator won't call the wrong play? That's it. They 72. And we getting ready to come back home. Play Utah. Everybody predicted they're going to win this conference before the season starts. But look at us now. Coach Ryan told you better get me down. And on tomorrow night, I'm going to tell you my top 8 players that I thought had a good game. And I'm going to let you know what's really going on with Shador. Tune in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I'll be solo. All right? I'm going to give you the real scoop. Yeah, I've seen that act before. You know why? Because I was a quarterback in the 9th grade. It ain't got nothing. Shador is bored. You know why he's bored? It ain't about football. Shador don't matter a woman that compares some things to him. Y'all. I'm just trying to say. You ain't got to believe. I've been there. I know what's going on. You remember, listen, before I bring the cuss up, I don't want they plays on this. Listen, no, I got to bring these Steve, but I won't get him here. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. I got to bring him. That's my dog right here. He know what's going on, too. He might not tell y'all. What's up, Steve? Steve, let me tell you what's going on with Shador. I'm going to let him know tomorrow. See, Shador. I'm turning the music off so I want y'all to hear this. I know Coach Ryan them gonna watch it. I know Coach Hart gonna watch it. I want to. I like it when they watch my show. But check this out. Steve, I've been a young man before, big dog. You remember? Can you hear me, Steve?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Yes, sir,
I want to make sure. I don't care about the chat and him. I want you to hear me. I'm gonna tell you what's going on with Shador. Shador bored, man. He bored. I'm gonna tell you why he bored. See, he don't matter woman. She done did some things to him. He didn't know that they can do that, boy. Listen now, Steve, I'm gonna give you my story then, and I just want you to relate this with Shador. All right. I was in the 9th grade, quarterback. Met this young lady that I couldn't keep my mind off. And the coaches them told me what I need to do. See, he noticed what was going on. He saw me at the end of the practice. See, Coach Prime told him, don't go nowhere. What did Shador do? He went and got 4 players, even took Yo-Yo, and 4 more other women. Now, don't turn to the left. You need to look at me, Steve. Yeah. And he went. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave it alone. I'll finish this story tomorrow night, y'all. I'll finish this story tomorrow night. Because he don't want to hear the truth. I'm just going to tell you the truth, man. Hey, Steve. Okay, I see Greg backstage. Let me bring him up. Let me add him to the stage. See, Steve. What's up, Greg? See,
I got this the string y'all acting stupid again. I'm over they behind now.
It still ain't doing? Oh, it's still right?
You keep on showing like, you know, talking about some not streaming. Think I'm finna pay them for fun.
Oh man. I thought it had straightened up.
Doing the same crap.
All right, guys. Like I said, I ain't gonna be alone. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. You watch Sports Talk with BWatts. We're doing a post-game show of Colorado and Texas Tech. We got Stephen Woodland here with me tonight, and Greg said it. We want to thank each one of you for tuning in tonight. We don't take your presence for granted. A lot of places y'all can be, but we're glad y'all here with us tonight. So here we go. I know they didn't play a perfect game, but it's 72. Like I said in my introduction, Coach Klein took a bunch of players out of the transfer portal, and hey, he went into a hostile environment down there in Texas Tech. And before the game started, people was telling me, man, some crazy stuff going on down there. And I saw, see, have you ever seen a football stadium that allow people to throw stuff on the field during a game before we get into the contents of the game. I can understand it why, huh?
Absolutely. You haven't been to SEC games.
Wow, they can do it during the game.
And hey, if they go to losing in Nebraska, they'll throw corn.
Yeah.
What happens is this here. What happens is this. No one is going to come out publicly and say this because they don't want universities to look bad. But yes, they throw stuff on the field. If professional teams do it, Philadelphia do it. What are we talking about? Throwing batteries at Mike Irvin when he got his neck injured and stuff. They do it. Throwing batteries at Santa Claus. It don't make no difference. They're going to throw stuff. They're fans. They got alcohol in their system. They're mad. What you think gonna happen?
I just ain't never seen. Man, you can throw tortillas out there in the middle of what?
Well, they got to be selling it to them in the stadium.
Thank you. It's a money.
Yeah,
it's
but
money.
I ain't never seen that before, bro.
I kept saying it. I heard about it. I kept saying it. Throwing shells.
Yeah, I remember you kept saying. I thought they were gonna do it right before the kickoff, but not that all the way through the game.
Bro, they making money. Do you know how much they selling them tortillas for people just to throw them on that field?
I'm just saying why the NC. I understand that part. The NCAA hadn't done anything about that. They don't do that stuff in Georgia. They don't do that stuff at the University of Georgia.
Y'all
Georgia
winning.
Tech.
Y'all winning at Georgia. When you win your national champion, what you gonna throw something for every game?
Okay, I'm just letting you know. I just want a question. Y'all say y'all don't seen, but I have. So I don't seen it now. So I'm with y'all. I'm with the majority. Okay, let's talk about the game. All right. Like I said, Coach Prime took his team into Texas Tech. What was it, a perfect game? Nah, they don't. They ain't playing on perfect game. Do NFL players get paid play a perfect game? Nah, they don't. Now, I don't like the penalties. I really don't. They were making some crazy penalties. And at the end of the game, Steve, when this game was 14 points up, I just couldn't understand why. And that's the only negative part y'all gonna hear me and say, because I know my chat be getting on my back. Do y'all say anything positive when they win? So that's the only negative thing. I just don't like the play call. Them little bubble screens and passes to the wide receiver when you can just hand the ball off and run the clock out. That's the stuff I disagree with right there. That is unnecessary. But I got to give my dog some credit. Coach Prime. Coach Prime said he saw how this game was going when they were playing man-to-man.
BWatts, your music going.
They was down. Huh?
Your music going. I think you're trying to rap to somebody. Your music going.
Okay, my bad. Sorry about it. But Coach Prime went on to his defensive coordinator and said, hey, we need to get out of that zone. We need to get out of that man-to-man play zone, which I thought was a key move because they were killing Preston hard with that pick. And the referee was looking dead at him when he called. Oh. That's how I saw the game going. But they made the adjustment in the first quarter, or maybe the second quarter, instead of halftime. And when they got down in the red zone, Colorado defense held them to a field goal. And I thought that was a good move. And that's the thing that I like. So at this time, I'll let y'all go, give y'all point of view over the game. And y'all on your own, whatever you say. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay. First of all, let's congratulate the Colorado Buffaloes for an outstanding win. Doesn't make a difference how you win as long as you get the win. So let's go and let's clap because that's outstanding, because it doesn't make a difference what anyone says. The bottom line is to get that W. They got the W. That's what counts. Next thing we want to say is, hey, we want to go out and say to that Colorado defense, thank you, young men. You handled your business. You are the show. I will say again, when the medical tent go up, the wins go up. I saw the medical tent go up, and when that medical tent start going up, people start tapping and that W start coming. So with that being said, what I saw today was this. I saw young men running to that ball. I saw some young men on the defensive side. The game didn't get too big for them when they got down 10-0. They sitting over there like, okay, it's not too big. We're in this game. What I also saw was this one here. It took the offense a little too long to get going at times. You're like, hey, but the beauty
I just told you why they got go. Should do it. He bored, bro. He thinking about that lady. Yeah.
Well, he ain't the only
Go
one
ahead.
bored.
I
I
ain't even cut you out.
he's the only one bored. There's quite a few more got their nose up and we're winning, and that's fine. But what I will tell Colorado is this: just like Miami found out, if you continue with bad habits, it's going to catch up with you sooner rather than later. And the bad habits are the fourth quarter. The offense did absolutely nothing in the fourth quarter. And this ain't the only game. If you go back, the last three games, those four quarters have not been good for Colorado. So those type of things, that's attention to detail, staying focused, and ensuring that not only do you put your foot on their neck, that you put your foot on their neck, then you put your hand on it, and then you pull up on them. You want to make sure you choke them out. But the good thing Colorado has is this, and Greg will tell you all the time, that defense travels. And when your defense travels, and when they was putting those hit on that quarterback felt the pain. And the last thing I'm gonna say on here, the last thing I'm gonna say is this one here. When you get on the seeding express, good things happen. And it's back at your way, Greg.
Yeah, it's a couple things that I noticed before the game, and I think it played out. They talk about that Texas Tech. That's his buddy and all, but that Texas Tech coach, he made a lot of dumb decisions. He did it, and he did it a couple times in the game versus Iowa State last week. And he did at least a couple this game. That fake punt, dumb. You know, it just he do some dumb stuff, man. And I don't know if that is that high school coach in him or what, but he do some weird stuff that put his team in odd spots, like going forward, and when you probably should try to kick it, you probably should try to get a field goal. You know, there's different stuff he do that shift the momentum. You don't play with Colorado like that. What I don't like about Colorado gets away with murder. Colorado can shoot 5 people, police, the feds, everybody right there. And like Nino Brown, they go to court. They get away with murder. You know, they find a technicality. And that when we talk about them being bored and all of that, they can halfway play, dance all around like they're practice. So I say they think they're in the game of practice. Because I call it, this is my saying. Everybody talk about, say, the daytime buffs. That's what I'm known for, right? Well, I'm also gonna be known for this. Colorado like to play with their food. Colorado is like a lion in the jungle playing with a little baby zebra or something. And then it's like they bored, you know, and it's like it's not a challenge to them. They play with their food, and the hyena come and snatch it from them. You playing with your food, or you play with it long enough, somebody come and help them get away. And that's what I see the tendency with Colorado. They get up on you, and then they like to play with you. Just go ahead and devour you. It's not enough. They make certain games a game that shouldn't be a game. It's like this game was made a game until the end. North Dakota State was made a game until the end. Baylor was made a game until the end. Even with Kansas State, it's like they play with that food long enough, and they mess around and score on your behind. Then it looks serious. Then they run you back down and bite you, and then they let you up and play with you again. Like they don't just want to kill you. They don't just want to kill. They like playing with the food, and that's what we describe. And they get bored. They ADHD. They making certain comments and all of that. And we watching it. We don't watch in Arizona. We watched it against Cincinnati. Like they could easily blow away everybody they play. They could easily blow away everybody they play. And even they played around with Nebraska. People didn't want to listen to me back then. Colorado got in the red zone 4 times and then scored a point. And then what they lost by like a touchdown and a half. And they got blew away. And somebody say taunting. Taunting is playing with your food, ain't it? Ain't that what you do when you play with your food? You taunt it like, I got you. You know, make it torture it. You playing with it. And that's what we're looking at, man. Like they do it at practice too. So we can't say they do all this stuff at practice. Somebody says the coaching. It is what it is.
All right. Steve, when I looked at the game, especially in the second half, 2 players stood out to me on that defensive side. That was McNeil on that defensive line and Hill Green. Them boys came to play. McNeil back there so many times. I think he got so tired. He had at least 3 plays in the backfield that he missed a tag on, but he didn't give up. That's what I like about him. Because the dude just got a motor, man. He got a motor that we just haven't seen. We seen it through the summer and the spring. But during the game, in this game, especially that second half, man, he turned his game up an extra notch to me. He stood out to me.
Let's see. Let's check this out, BWatts. Productivity. How many plays have you talked about McNeil during the whole season? You really haven't. You know, he's had some big plays here and there, but it wasn't to the effect of he was an impact player tonight. Not only was he an impact, he was a game changer. He had plays in which he did make. He was back there when the running back got the ball. He was back there 2 times in a row, and I'm like,
he missed one of them.
He missed 2. He missed 2 because the one right behind him,
he scared himself, didn't he? He like, oh,
my bad, Steve. I said Hill Green, but I meant BJ Green. Green. Off the edge.
Okay, but let's go this way. We're doing a disservice. Wade had 2 sacks. Would have had another sack. Wade had big sacks. Arden Walker was a game changer in that. I'm like, and that ain't counting Sammy Sacks, what he was doing. So I can't just say one person. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my boy, the block bully, they didn't move him either. So
they couldn't move him, man.
They couldn't move him. And let's say this here. That running back would not have gotten that record if it wasn't for the coaches telling Hill Green them to go back 10, 12 yards behind.
Yeah, I wonder why they were 20 yards back. Yeah.
I'm like, why are the linebackers 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage? It made no sense. Get 5 yards, come up, make the tackle, and go from there. But I'll leave it as that. So I'm not going to say just 2 players on defense, because let's look at defense. Let's give your boy some. Let's give your boy some love. Number 24, Hodge played a heck of a game. Let's go with 8. 8 played a heck of, and I'm talking about some popping, stopping and popping and locking. So it wasn't just a couple of players. The only thing I didn't like on defense, the discipline, the jumping outside. They got to clean that up. The jumping outside. They got to clean that up. Yeah, they got to clean that up. The personal foul penalties for taunting. Man, this ain't high school, man. When it comes to football, understand having fun. When you make a play, let's get back to the line of scrimmage and get to the next play. Because when you get beat on a touchdown, you don't jump up and tell me, that's me. That's me. I just got beat for 6. You don't do that. So when you make a play, I got a question for you, BWatts. Don't you supposed to make the play?
Yeah, they surprised to make the play.
We surprised you made a play. But with that being said, what I will say is this one here. Colorado defense travels. Colorado defense, y'all talking about that offense. The show is the defense. You can call them Dougie Fresh because they the show. The offense was watching the show. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to do. The game I watched, the offense was watching, and they watched a long time. That defense, 3 consecutive stops that defense did, and they gave the offense the ball where they should have scored. And I'm gonna say this about 2. Love me some 2. 2 back there like he playing like he had a care in the world. And I'm gonna tell you this here.
Somebody's on his dime, bro.
He is loose with that football, holding around like he's Steve McNair, just holding it like it's a doggone basketball. I'm just telling you, and I'm 2 all the way. 2 cannot be going back 15, 20 yards, dropping back, losing all of those yards when we could have got 3 points and the game's over. It's certain things I just don't understand. And I'm not no guru, and everybody's saying, oh, well, you have to be honest with your quarterback. Now, I can promise you this. You let another quarterback do what 2 did today, and they would pull him like they did Zelensky's. It ain't going to happen. So all I'm saying is you need to straighten this out. 2 need to get back there, get rid of that ball like he did early, and the offense wouldn't have these sacks on their hands. So those sacks are not the offensive line. Two held that ball one time so long. I'm sitting there, I'm like Houston, like, man, what we supposed to do?
Yeah.
You got to throw that ball. So with that being said, all I'll say is
I
this
had
here.
my company said I went to the bathroom when he had and came back, he still got it. I said, Greg, go ahead, Greg.
Go, Greg.
Like I said, the theme and the motto of this game is Colorado can get away with murder. They nobody else can do what they did tonight. They would be like Iowa State last week. This is what you do when you got so much talent. This is what you do when your quarterback got this much talent. He can play a semi-good game and beat you. And come back to hunt them like in a bowl game or a playoff when you really got to play all 4 quarters. They can beat you playing a quarter and a half because they just that explosive. And then when your defense is that good, I mean, I would say it's all about practice. Coach Brown always about practice. What I say the last show we did, it's time to cut that music off. It's time to cut it off. All the showboating and dancing on the sideline, that's the crap that they doing in the game. That's what they do in practice. They have too much fun in practice. And they forget where they at, like some kids. They forget, oh, this is the game. Gonna get a flag. And it's a lot of stuff they get away with, honestly, when it comes to showboating. And sometimes they dances be a little too creative. Yeah. Travis Hunter get away with murder. He him flips and everything. Like he gonna swing off the goalpost in a minute. I mean, it's like they all. This is what I said. I don't know. Y'all was in the chat early today. I said, do they not realize who they are? Do they not realize people don't like them? You act like y'all doing stuff like y'all act like the refs like y'all. How many penalties they then call on y'all? How many holdings they got away with right on the camera? Especially in that late run, he's running that ball. They were holding the mess out of our edge. They were holding our corners. Our safety was getting held on camera. Some of the flags they threw 15 minutes after the play was over. Like when the guy wrapped around, who was that head? Was it Trash? Somebody head. Miller, whoever that was. He went all the way around his head. And it's like in the end zone. And it was like, we don't went on commercial break and came back before the flag came out. It's like they weren't gonna throw that flag. So it's like they gotta act like somebody to have a reality check with these boys. Cause they maybe the hype, Big Noon gonna have them on there 3 times. They're gonna be back in Boulder again. They early morning buffs, they're gonna be playing at their practice time. They better have an advantage because nobody else want to play a football game because you're a junior varsity football team at 10 o'clock in the morning. Then they got 2 of them. Oklahoma got to come and do the same thing. So it's in their favor. But they gotta act like they grown, man. Let's be real. They gotta act like they know. It's like, don't get it twisted. These people, oh, Colorado can win it all now. Colorado can go to playoff. Don't get it twisted. They saying the same people was destroying your coach all summer. They was destroying your team. They were lying about your team every second. Just because they talking good about you, don't mean they ain't got nothing up their sleeves. They want you to lose. Don't think they on your side. These refs want you to lose. Don't think that they ain't sneakily trying to make the game closer. Oh, y'all, we're going to help them get one more touchdown and be within the touchdown. They don't want to be obvious, but they give them close enough to help them win. And your dumb eye don't even realize what's going on. You're like, oh, so we down, we up by a touchdown. They're going to kick onside kick. You don't even realize you playing with your food, what about to happen to you. They don't. But like y'all said, the defense saved us. Matt Neal, did I tell you about Matt Neal? We've been talking about Matt Neal all summer, that Matt Neal was going to be that guy. It's a little delayed. I said Matt Neal was going to be that guy before people knew it and they realized it, who he was. He had a late transition. He had a late transition. So I think that Matt Neal is that guy we expected. I think a lot of people overlook Matt Neal. And I think Arden Walker played the best game off the edge. I think he stepped in with Sammy. Sammy Sachs was like kind of off. He was just off, The reality is they got to get some focus stuff together. We talked about it the last show. They're mental. It ain't gonna be physical because you saying our depth. What's happening now? Our depth is kicking in that we said we had. Now the announcers like, where this guy come from? Because we had like 4 linemen out. Anybody else lose 4 starting linemen? Shoot, Colorado lost 4 linemen last year. It would have been over. But that depth that we talked about, is what that's going to help Colorado get to the championship and can potentially allow them to win it, because other teams is losing depth. This, people don't realize this. You added 4 games. Is it three games to the playoff? You added a bowl game that you're trying to make. So you're looking at a regular season schedule. You're trying to go play in a bowl game. Then you mess around and make the playoff. You don't want to be burnt out. You don't want to be crippled and slow walking to the finish line. Nobody has done that before. Everybody usually had a whole December off, unless they play an early bowl game, then they done. But if you played in a national championship or something like that, that mess don't start in January. So now you have to play through December to make it to January. You're going to have to play your championship game in December. Then you're going to have to go and play playoff. Your body, your depth is going to have to be right. Your depth is going to be right. And that's what Colorado has. And I think that's what everybody's seeing, with these guys coming off the bench and terrorizing the quarterback. Wade, he got his little 4 games. I'm looking for him to come out. This is like his second game. He got 2 more to spare, but then it's fair game in the bowl game. It's fair game in the playoff. They can play every game. So that's the good part about it.
All right. Okay. Stephen got a question right here. I was thinking about this question too during the game, matter of fact. By T. How do Colorado handle success going forward?
That's a tricky question. That's a tricky question because
I was thinking about this during the game. I said, they playing like this at the end because they don't know how to handle success? I saw 8 McKinney back there in the end zone that's pointing at a guy and that stood on like that out here. Then Travis knocked his hand down and said, man, what are you doing? The referee throwing a penalty.
He saw that referee coming. He was watching that referee.
I said, I know that the yeah, you're right. That discipline part need to be straightened out. But like this T said, how do you handle success going forward?
This is how they should handle success. Look at these 2 people with 3. Look at the block bully. Straight professional. All he does is make plays, does his job. Let me name the second person. Look at Cash Cleveland. All Cash Cleveland comes in there with a smile on his face, knows his assignment, does his work, and keeps on moving. The third person I'm going to say is my boy, Hill Green. Straight professional. Ain't coming out there with nothing, just going to hit you in the mouth, get the medical tent ready, and then go from there. What you have is this one here. This is the problem that you have. And it goes with culture. And it goes a lot with culture. And the culture in Florida, Texas, Georgia, and stuff like that, those young men love to have fun. They got great personalities, and they love to express themselves. Now, you need to understand when you express yourself, it goes 2 ways. It can be positive and it can be negative. So, people like, I want you to be yourself. But when you're out there with gold chains worth $150,000 and you're in college and you out there doing your brand and stuff like that, that has nothing to do with football. You ain't even got your equipment properly on. You got small equipment on. You don't even have pads on and things like that. That's not being focused for football. When you're coming out there and you done practice your dance move more than you practice, that's a problem. Look, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm explain this one here. I'm big on basketball too. Their handshakes are so complicated. It takes me 3 or 4 times to look at it to understand what they're doing. You just don't do that one time. You just
I just do this.
You just don't do this. You just don't do this one time and be like, I got it. They are putting time in to celebrate. And that's the problem. Greg said it right on the dot. Sometimes you got to turn that music off. It should be like Teddy P say, turn it. If you have your good friend over at your house late at night and Teddy, you turn it off. You ain't on there trying to hear all that.
Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Teddy Pendergrass holler loud. Turn it off. Greg, let me come to you on this one, Greg. Check this out. I seen it in the chat. Let me see what I find one time. What's going on with our center, man? Why you can't get it right, bro?
His center gone, man. I mean, you get 3 days in a row. 3 weeks in a row. So I think this.
I mean, is it mentally or what?
It's something.
It wasn't that guy that was in front of him wasn't that big, bro.
It's something, but let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I'm finna say something, BWatts, because this is what I do.
Hold on, say it on your show, Greg. Yeah.
I ain't saying that about Colorado. I ain't saying that about Colorado. I'm finna say something.
Where you go, Steve? Where you go?
I'm not gonna say nothing about Colorado, the coaches, because I'm gonna say something about us right here, who we are. We've been the guys who, since the beginning of the year, who said Colorado can do what they're doing right now. A lot of other people played it small. They played it safe. They played 75 is good, and we said from the jump. Some people went all the way to undefeated. People said, okay. But we said 10-2 floor. Some people say ceiling, right? I said floor, not ceiling. Some people say ceiling, right? So when I talk about, we've been with Colorado. Let me tell you something. Ain't now clown gonna tell us, because we proven around here. What we on said has come to pass. What we are saying is coming to pass. So when we talk about what we talking about, let me tell y'all something. We support Colorado, and we want Colorado to win. All these phony posts coming out of nowhere got something to say. Now, where y'all been? Y'all have nothing to say. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show. We know who around here. But let me tell you something. If we who been with Colorado, we got more invested in the clown who pop up now got something to say with the make-believe names. Let me tell you something. We want Colorado to win more than anybody, and we gonna say what they need to do, and we know they listening. So we gonna say it, and what we've been saying has happened, and what we saying has helped. So let me tell you something. Colorado needs to make these adjustments for the long run if they want to have one. For the clowns and who running your mouth, you can shut your mouth, because you right here, the weight ain't there. The weight is right here. This the weight. The weight is this. If Colorado play their best game, they can go as far as they want to go. If Colorado don't play their best game, and the clown who's sitting around here talking about at least they won, you're a loser. That's what you are. You just happy to win. See, we don't want Colorado to just be happy to win. We want Colorado to be great. Being great means do great things so you can reach a great level. We ain't happy with just making a bowl game. We ain't just happy with just getting, when we got an opportunity to go to the championship, why would we get content? If we're going to see people relaxing, we need to call them out. I hope they calling each other out, because you're too close to be stupid. You're too close to get relaxed. You're too close to let little simple things cut you short. And then you crying, and we all talking about what they could have, should have. The clown got a problem with you. Can talk, reminisce over what we should have. I refuse to reminisce. I'd rather cut this thing off in the front end. I'd rather get it right in the front end to reach our ultimate potential than to settle for a minimum, because we let brain farts, we let lack of focus, we let some kids and some people who can't see the opportunity in front of them until it's gone. We're not gonna let them do that. You cannot settle for going to the level that y'all have to go with all these penalties. You're not gonna beat BYU in the championship with 14 penalties. You're not going to be able to tunt on a 4th and long or 3rd and long and get them the ball back. Because at some point, you're going to reach somebody who's just as talented than you, maybe considered slightly more talented than you. Then you're going to have a game that you're going to need to finish, and all your sabotage that you do is going to shoot you in the foot, and you're going to give away a game that you could have won and should have won at the wrong time. And that's where we are. That's where Colorado's at. It's not a talent issue. It's not going to be the teams that they got played left that can beat them. They're going to have to beat themselves. And that's the way it's going to be. That's where we at. You don't beat yourself.
So, Steve, going forward for us, the offense. We're getting ready to come back home, play Utah. We want to look at the offense side of the ball. You ain't Greg. What are some things you hoping Colorado improve on going into that Utah game? Like Greg said, they got the talent. We got the talent. But what are some of the things on the offensive side you expect them to improve on that you would like to see?
These are the things I would like to see. When you're running the football, just like Texas Tech did, it didn't make a difference. They were down by 14 or whatever the score were. They stayed consistently running that football. They kept mixing it up. I would also like to see Colorado mix up their schemes. Their schemes tonight were not complicated. They didn't mix them up. They didn't do anything to throw Texas Tech off balance. So they need to look at their schemes, make sure their schemes are balance there. They also need to play complementary football. This is what I mean in complementary football. If you're up by 10 points, your defense gives you the ball. Well, you're up by 14 points. Your defense get a turnover on the other team's 40-yard line. You run the ball 3 times, you get 3 points, the game's over. With that defense, your defense don't give up no 17 points. Your defense only gives up like 7 points a quarter, if that. So a total of 21 or 24 points. And you know that.
Right.
So when you have those opportunities as a championship team, a coach is going to go down and say, I'm going to make sure I get those 3 points. The next thing Colorado needs to do is this one here. Schumer needs to tell two. It ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. We're going to flow how you flow pertaining to this. You have to get rid of that football. A lot of short balls today. Hitting the ground because it's on there patting it. Holding the ball too late. Looking
He
people.
weak, bro. The lady got him. He went out there. He took 4 women with him, bro. They showed it on the video. Coach Prime told him not to go. He covered himself by taking Yo-Yo them with him. Y'all didn't see the video?
I saw a
he
video.
He told us in the video, Dad, won't he come to Texas, but
he said he didn't want no adult supervision. I get it, and I could care less about that. That's his personal business. If he want to do that thing.
Greg said it 2 weeks ago. He bought man. College football is bored to him. You heard what he said in the video? He said, "Man, you come back, man. I'm out of here. I'm gone." You ready to go? I understand what you said, but I'm gonna let you know why. I went through it in the 9th grade, bro. I went through it in the 9th grade as a quarterback. For me, I was in Griffin.
And people in their 30s, 40s, 20s still going through it, because when you meet somebody who open your nose up, you can say whatever you want to. The nose gets open, it gets open. It is what it is. They make you have them feelings.
It is what it is.
Like Babyface, them feelings just ain't feelings anymore. So we'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone. But I'm just speaking on what they can do to better themselves. And these are some things they can do to better themselves. Pat Schumer, and this is something they're definitely going to have to do. Two needs to get off of that.
Let them draw up the plays. Call your own play, Pat Schumer. No,
the next thing is that play clock. I'm tired of that play clock. You start in the second half off, and you get the ball after a turnover, and you get a clock violation. Where they do that at? And it's because, and that's some of Zelinski's problem. Two getting at that line of scrimmage and trying to call everything under the sun and pointing out this and pointing out this. The clock's getting to 1 second, then you want the man to hike the ball. That's a lot. Get up there, hike the ball, and run the play the offensive coordinator called. The next thing, Schumer needs to become the offensive coordinator, because it's not a good look. You on the sideline when 2 and 12 going over all the plays, and you just sitting there and just listening to them. What do you do that at? Nick Saban would have been on top of their head with some nonsense like that.
Now. Check this out, Steve. Now, there's a couple things I didn't like from Travis. You know, when Travis was hollering at two throw the ball way ahead, you can't do that on camera, bro.
Travis did.
I know Travis.
That's Jackson. That's Jackson State.
Hey, that man. That was disrespectful, bro. Yeah, you can't.
Then he gonna drop 2, 3 of them.
Sideline. He came back and dropped 2 or 3.
Hey, I don't like it. It's not a good look for Travis or two.
I don't like that. I didn't like that.
It's not a good look. It's professional. Don't tell me how competitive you are or anything. I don't want to hear it, because when you drop the ball, you ain't you ain't doing all that. You ain't jumping up and down and doing that, and you dropped a couple. So with that being said, two ain't perfect, man. He's gonna have some bad throws.
Right.
They're just so used to him being a perfectionist that they're used to the ball getting to a certain space. But like Greg said, it's this one here. They're gonna have to clean it up. It's about understanding where they're at. These guys are on the precipice of doing something huge, and they should not waste this opportunity on looking at, because they're too busy looking at the brand. They're too busy and this is what I really don't like. When you got the game and you can pull away with it, why are you trying to throw Travis a 50-yard bomb when all you need is 5 yards to get this game over with? You just got to be smart. The trophies are going to come if you win. If Travis just gets 70 yards and a touchdown and they go 10-2, Travis winning the Heisman Trophy. It's that simple. Quit trying to force something that's not there. That's all. So, Greg, you got it. But outstanding job today. They got the win. They're on the next thing. But the good thing Coach Prime got now, Coach Prime needs to drive them hard in practice, because their fourth quarters are horrible. And this gives him the opportunity to say, you guys aren't as good as you think you are. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Because they were 2 for 13 on third down. You won't tell me another team in college football, at third down, they were 2 for 13 and they got 41 points. Where they do that at? Well, they got 30 something. The defense scored 7, but where you see that at? Where you see a team that's 2 for 13 and win? You don't see it.
That's the scary part. The scary part, and that's what, see, I don't play ball all my life. 2 sports, pretty high level. And it's like, plus me just being how I think and how I pay attention to stuff. I know the difference. I don't been on championship teams. I don't been on losing teams. Most people don't have that range. Like, I've been on sorry teams that only win like one game. I don't been on teams that just win every game. And I know the traits. Discipline is a big part of winning, because, like I said, all that jumping off sides, like, we got out there right after halftime and the lineman jumped off sides. First play. It's like, for no reason at all. That's that mind, man. That mind will make you blank out. You know what I'm saying? You'll black out. You're not all the way focused. You like, it's like ADHD. You'll lose focus for a second. Next thing you know, you'll jump. Like your secondary something kick in. And the reason why that's dangerous, they can get away. It's like a fighter who's strong, like Kimbo Slice back in the day. He can knock everybody out. Big, strong dude. But he faced anybody with skills, they tear his behind up. Michael White showed him. I hit you in the face 3 times before you blink. Because you televising your punches. And pow, pow, pow. It's like, it's the little things, jumping off sides, hitting the man after the whistle, pushing him down, taunting. All those penalties that you look at, they weren't even legit penalties. Now, you know the refs do some dumb stuff, call some stuff, but half of them penalties weren't even the ref. That was you. So when you start looking at that and you in a tight game, like I say, with a team that's good as you, where you can't get away with, go get a sack for 47 yards and throw a bomb and get away with it. Like, so what, I make mistakes, I'm going to go and throw it right down the field. You can't keep up. Wester going to go up the sideline and tight rope it for 40 yards. Like, that's why I kept saying they got too much firepower. Too much firepower. Everybody's starting to say what we said in the beginning. Then people said, where's your facts that y'all have the number 1 receiver? Remember they were saying that like in April and May? Where are your data?
Yeah.
The data brain, robot brains is not here. Ask people who know the game. They thought we was talking. We said we know the game. They have too many weapons to the point they can 3-4 people can get hurt and they still got too many weapons. Jimmy Horn ain't even in the game. We lost O'Miller.
Yep.
We don't lost all these players.
Tinsley.
I mean, he's still trying to come. Baby T.O. still trying to come. We got abundance of weapons. We got too many edge rushers. You just saying, wait, where he been? Huh?
Lower leg injury.
What happened to Jimmy?
Probably that knee.
Lower leg
probably
injury.
that same knee, like he had at Washington State. Probably the same stuff because they rolling them up. And that's why I see with, you know, they're gonna have to stay healthy. That's at this point. While they worry about taunting, they just gotta worry about staying healthy. Shador needs to be worried about staying healthy. Travis is staying healthy. You don't get to this point and get careless. Huh?
Way Shador running, look like he's running in slow motion, man.
Yeah, I mean, because he don't get up full speed because he be jogging like he gonna throw it and then he take off, which works because it make him look slower than what he is. And he run past you. It's like a somebody take off on you because it looked like he coming at you. It looked like he ain't gonna run. Then he run for real. And he's like, oh shucks, let me go get him. And then he take a bad angle and he got the first down. But I'm talking about they got to realize the moment. I feel like they didn't realize the moment with Kansas State. They young. They got to realize the moment. What's going on right now? The whole world is don't caught up with them. We've been there. We was ahead of everybody waiting. When they gonna get here? Now everybody, oh, Colorado can go win the Big 12. Every week you get closer. Now they all lost all them games today. Miami lost. They say Georgia lost.
Yeah, a lot of
you know, a lot of losses of them teams. And it's like, I told you the SEC gonna help. Did I do a video about that? How the FCC gonna help? They're gonna give each other 2-3 losses each. Because Georgia gonna come back and whoop somebody else supposed to whoop and get them a second or third loss. This is what's going on. Miami gonna get another loss, even if they get it in the championship against SMU. What is that gonna do for them? It depends on what the other teams do. It depends on what we do. It depends on what BYU do. But Colorado has an opportunity unreal in front of them. Unreal. So how do you go out and party tonight and pop champagne, or do you be sober minded and be like, oh my goodness? It's almost sober you up. Like, oh my goodness, like I knew we could do it, but it's here. It's here. The last thing you want to do is look over it and it's gone and it's too late. Man, we had to just did this, man. We had to just chilled out. More people now get a chance to go to NFL that wasn't going to go. More people now going to get NFL looks because they get to play in the Big 12 championship. They go to the playoff, more people going to get drafted than they would if they had to win 75. More eyeballs on you now. It's only how many teams playing now. All your games prime time now. Nobody playing at the same time you playing in the playoff. They got to realize that. So when I say cut off the music, literally and figuratively, because I really believe their mind is wired almost like ADHD, like when you give a kid a tablet too much and then you send them in class and they can't pay attention because they all wired up. They need some stimulating at all times. They can't handle quiet. They freak out. Their mind go to spinning. They get anxiety because they don't know what quiet is. They don't know what focus is because every time it's time to focus, every time I get a break, I'm playing music. I never got to go sit down and just focus on the sideline. I'm over there dancing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to rewire your brain at this point.
Yeah, you're right. So, Steve, talk about the offense. You told me what you were looking for on the defensive side. What are some things they can improve on? They play good now. Don't get me wrong. They be lights out. Like Greg said, with depth now on the defensive side, and it take care of some of our blemish. But going forward on the defensive side, what can they do better to be prepared to play Utah next Saturday?
A couple things. Attention to detail. Alignment and assignment. Understanding where you're supposed to be aligned. Also knowing the line of distance. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it for the 30th time. These linebackers, I don't know what's going on with the linebackers. If it's 3rd and 25, why are you lined up 13, 14 yards from the line of scrimmage and giving that other team 10 yards? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. This is on 2nd down they're doing it. I'm like, come on, guys. You're giving them 10 yards, and then you turn around on 3rd down, and then you're lining up behind the 10-yard marker, and then let the team get 1st down. That's the first thing that I would say. The next thing I would say is this one here. When it comes to the defense needs to penalties. You can't be jumping off sides, and there's just attention to detail, discipline. They have to be disciplined. The next thing I would say is schemes. When it comes out there on their schemes, they need to ensure that they don't just stick with man to man, that they switch it up a little bit more. And when they're coming, what I saw today a little bit, the edges was trying to go inside a little too much instead of staying on the outside to contain. When that quarterback at the beginning of the game was going around a little bit, it's because 53 now with 93 was shooting in too tight instead of holding and then going from there. You can't do that against good teams. They're going to watch those things and they're going to take advantage of it. And the next thing I'll say is this one here, and I'll leave it alone. If you know you got Stoudemire and you got a tight end that's 6'5", 6'6", or whatever the case may be, don't put Selman Craig out there on that tight end. Have Stoudemire in the game to ensure that if they're going to be going and they need a touchdown, make sure you have the right personnel in there for what you're going against. Selman Craig is a dog, I get it. But when you got somebody 6'6", 6'7", and he's 6 feet or whatever the case may be, and he's weighed what he weighs, that's not good football. You want to make sure you put yourself in a position where you have the advantage instead of the disadvantage. Those are the things that I would look at. Next thing, you need to talk to Nene too. You need to BWatts, because I'm telling you, you need to talk to Nene.
What's wrong with it?
What's right?
What's
But
wrong
I'll
with
leave it alone. What's right?
He got back there. He was back there. He was disrupting things.
And then he pushed him down.
He sure will.
What kind of penalties did he get? He didn't get no penalties today.
He could have.
He should have. He should have got a couple
We
penalties.
can talk about Stoudemire on special team when he missed them 2 tackles. Out there laying down on the ground.
But let's go again.
Stoudemire.
Hey, and let's go. But let's go. But let's go.
Don't change the subject. Don't change the subject.
Wait. But on special teams, when you got that guy's explosives that he got, you're supposed to be kicking the ball out of bounds or kicking the ball through the end zone, period. So you can leave that alone. They don't give you an opportunity to run the ball. Why are you giving them an opportunity? So that ain't your special team tacklers. It's hard to get back there when you got talent like that young man has to defend that. So I'll just leave that alone when it pertains to that. But when it comes to your Free Barnes, he's a talented young man. Everybody else is reaching their potential. I just want Barnes a little bit more to be more dialed in instead of just let me put it to you this way. He gets too high.
What he did wrong. I ain't think that he did wrong today.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. He gets too high, or either he gets too low.
Yeah, when he jumped outside, he was high as a kite.
High as 2 kites, but they called him.
He didn't jump outside today. That wasn't him.
Okay.
That wasn't him.
He jumped outside.
That was 95.
Okay, the one that he pushed the guy. The one that he pushed the guy.
He didn't get no on that.
He should have. He should. But what I'm saying,
but he didn't get
no. But BWatts, this is where I'm going. In a big game, referees know what he does. That's gonna cost him, and we're gonna be sitting here, and you're gonna be like, man, Coach Prime see it every day in practice. It is what it is. You got to, and I ain't saying nothing bad about Barnes. I'm saying we want Barnes.
What you doing here?
No.
You took it out one play on Barnes. No. I disagree with you on that one now.
No.
You my dog, but I disagree with you.
You can disagree with me, but let me explain this one here. Barnes is the biggest guy on our team. I don't think you have a bigger player on the team defensively than Barnes. McNeil made all the plays and the block bully. When do you hear Barnes' name other than a penalty? I'm waiting.
Barnes played a good game today. He played a good game today.
He did okay.
I like the way he played.
He had one less penalty than he always have. One less penalty.
They got one.
That progress.
I didn't see damn penalty. They didn't call his name not one time today.
They did. They called his name. Say he made.
They called it on the next play on the innocent man.
Yeah, they called it on
the innocent man.
Hey, they said he was.
What about the pass he knocked down? What about the pass he knocked down?
That was good. That was good. This is what I'm saying.
Man, you see that interception Hill Green did?
Fantastic.
Whoa.
That was a Travis Hunter play. But all I'm saying is for your boy, what I'm saying for your boy is this one here. I want Barnes to reach his potential. When you're that big and look that had that body, you should be a game changer. And that's not the case right now. He'll get there, but in order to get there, you can't hear people lying to him. Oh, man, he needs to hear some people with constructive criticism. You're a big dude. And if you're a big dude like that, McNeil's a game changer today. We want Barnes to be a game changer, because when you have a big championship game, you need championship Barnes for that.
I think my thing is this. Let's go even deeper. The issue I have with, like, matter of fact, like I made a comment earlier, when you're a winner, you correct. You not only make corrections when you lose, you correct when you win. Matter of fact, you have the opportunity to make even more corrections when you win, because it should go over better. It should be like, we got a 90 on the test. Let's just fix this 10%. I think fixing 10% is easier than fixing 50%. Fixing 50% is more urgent because you got a 50. But when you're that close to 100, only a fool will want to not fix that 10%. Only a fool would do that. And it says a lot about a person who's offended by that. Because I'm going to tell you, you can be up 50 to 20 and you put some bad mess on tape, and that just might be how you lose the next game or the championship. Somebody smart enough to say, I want to see what tendencies you have. Everybody else smart, but they won though. But look how he covering over there. Or look how he get when they up. Somebody's watching tendencies. I know I would be. To say, you know what? I notice when they get the lead, that this kind of situation, they kind of play the flats kind of free. They just kind of just leave the middle open. And it's like, when you go up there and you get up here, you up by 30 points, and you let a man throw the ball down the sideline, and y'all say, well, that was a personnel issue. Aha. So we see how they're going to play that. So why everybody throwing the wheel route? Genius. Why everybody throwing it? It's clearly somebody watching film. You're giving people film material. Your backups is not in the game doing it. You can't say, oh, that was the second and third string, and we was beating them. It's garbage time. You're putting stuff on film that's giving people material every time you step on that field. So you can't create bad habits, and you really can't expose yourself because you wants to get sloppy at the wrong time. Because somebody to show, hey, y'all gonna beat all these little teams. Y'all gonna barely go and beat this team, and you're gonna scrape your way into the Big 12. And somebody on the other side of that is waiting for you because you put it on film. And you got to get to the point where, I said this at Arizona game, they got to get to the point where, because they act like it's practice from a standpoint of it don't really matter. I can give up a touchdown, a field goal. It doesn't matter. We got a big enough lead. They got to find a way to have some kind of intrinsic motivation, not intrinsic. They do very good. They down by 14. They run your butt down to the point you didn't even know you was up. Yeah, you 14 is up. That's it. It's 30 to 14. Like, God, no, what happened? They will run your butt down instantly. But
yeah,
they don't know how to motivate themselves. They don't know how to motivate themselves when they up 13. What you're supposed to do when you 30 to 14. This is when I coach. I say this, and people can't handle it, and that's why I ain't dealing with certain people, because your mindset ain't a winner. Because my thing is, if I'm coaching a team and they say, well, hey, we up 30 to 40, we need to just try some crap that we ain't did at practice. No, what we're going to do, we're going to work on our fundamentals at this point. Let's push ourselves to give no more negative plays. Let's push ourselves to have no more penalties. Let's push ourselves to see how many plays we can get into the end zone. Let's see how we can practice on managing the clock. Like in practice when you do red zone. This is our time to practice our red zone. This is our time to practice it. In a game situation, I'm not going against my homeboy. This is my time to get some reps, to try some stuff. It ain't necessarily my time to get lazy, but it's my time. If they can't challenge me on the scoreboard, let me challenge myself. Let me see, can we stop them from scoring any more touchdowns? Let's see, can we stop them from getting any more first downs? You have to create your own motivation when the scoreboard is no more a motivation for you. And that's the kind of mindset I've been talking about. That's what's going to get them over the edge. That's what's going to get them over BYU. BYU ain't going to go get 10 penalties. Right. BYU, they're not going to make a lot of mistakes. They're going to wait on you to go do the dumb thing, like hit the man after the play and push him down. They're going to take advantage of that. And all the extra penalties the refs give you, and all the extra penalties the refs don't call on you, on them for holding you and pass interference you, they're gonna take advantage of all of that. Mm-hmm. So you got to get to the point where you got to trim the fat. Trim the fat. You should always be trimming the fat. These penalties, we got to trim this crap. We cannot be in the 8th game still getting double-digit penalties.
Boy, you said that
right. You can't be practicing that as a playoff habit. Who wins a playoff game with 15 penalties? Right. You can't do that. If you do, the other team had to be just as sloppy as you. So you gotta practice good habits, not just on the practice field, but in the game. That's all I'm saying. You get up, okay. Let's practice our clock management. Let's practice the run game. Let's practice our blocking. Let's practice moving the ball down the field without having to throw the ball. Challenge yourself. Don't go in there and be all right. Let's get 3 and out 3 times in a row. It don't matter. We winning. It's not good. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, and Steve, at times when the defense did go 3 and out, the offense just, well, I already know what's going on. Like I said, the offense just couldn't. You do that. I'm just saying, bro, you weak, man. Why you got no ball coming up short, bro? Why you got no ball? Shador ain't never throw no balls at nobody's feet, bro. And another thing we've been saying this since day one. Why wait to throw the ball to the running back at the last minute? Won't you just soon you get?
He don't really want to throw it to him. He don't really want to throw it to him.
I can't understand that.
Hey, that man been on had lunch, took a nap, talked to a couple friends.
So he
text messages. They were like, okay, finna throw the ball. Wait for the man get there.
I just said, man, come on, Pat Sherman. Sometimes you got a coach find somebody that said, to do it when you get the ball. Don't be looking downfield for the ball. Go ahead and get it to him. So get 5 to 7 yards and keep trucking. 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. Bring them in some. Then hit them on the top.
This is the only problem I had.
Last minute, throw him at the feet and turn. He got to turn all around and trap them with that going off. But hey, LaJonte was hot over there, boy. He was hot on that sideline that first quarter. He was over.
He knew, and he expect better than what they put out, and all of them were frustrated, and they were frustrated because they
frustrated good today. I ain't gonna beat them up, but they were. I know what's going. Like I said, I know what's going on with him, but they were frustrated with him today, boy. He couldn't get it together, man.
Hey, leave that man tail feathers alone.
Why you think that man had 3 girls? I don't think he had 3 girls.
No, he had 3 girls. He had Luke.
I said it was 4 girls on that boat with him. That's all I said.
What boat? You talking the plane, the jet?
No, the boat in Vegas.
On Well Off.
I didn't see the boat. I saw the one when they got on the jet the other night, and it was waiting.
They were coming back.
They got down.
He saw. He had 4 of them on there, bro. And Yo-Yo.
I saw them. They about to go in. Girls, everybody was hiding.
Yeah, they
that's exactly what they were doing.
The light-skinned girls.
Hey.
But Garfield, that's why you laughing. Garfield, you saw what I saw.
Hey. You have to say
yourself. No players didn't go nowhere on their break. Yeah. They showed one went somewhere. The quarterback.
Hey. They got snow bunnies in Colorado. It doesn't make a difference. They good. They good. They good.
You know, Bucky put that camera that on them girls there.
But I don't think that was Shador do though, Woodland. I don't think what you just described. I don't think that's his flavor. His flavor, he go put him from Miami and stuff like that.
Yeah. I don't care.
He pulled him from Miami.
Hey, I don't care what they.
That way he was at.
Me personally, I don't get into that business.
Nobody told him he better not get drafted by Miami. Remember his brother said that.
Yeah, because he loved
Miami.
He you know his type. You can see what his type is.
He got the palm trees in the living room, don't you?
Y'all need to stop it. We don't want to get on their dating habits. They dating habits or they dating habits. I could care less about that.
Okay, man. I'm just messing with him. You know I rock with him. I rock with it, man. I rock with my dog. I'm a dog.
I don't know if that was it. That might be it. I don't know if that was it. That may be it, but I don't know.
But what I'm saying,
don't know that was it.
Hey, what I'm saying is this one here. It's the schemes. Two needs to
Somebody
look.
don't know that was it.
That was a week ago, what that last week?
He played football, Steve. He just told her he played high school, junior high school, but I don't think that was it.
I said that was a week ago, though. That was a week ago.
Why he get mad? Ask him why he get mad.
Right, but that's a week ago.
It take you a little while to build your strength back up. You know, Samson and build his strength up overnight.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man.
Look, wait. Greg. Why boxers go without for a whole time doing their training and stuff like that? They want their strength. They want their strength. Period.
Tom Brady said he can't do that. He got to train. He said no, not right now.
Yeah, but I'll leave that alone. They can do what they want to. They grown men.
He did that during the summer.
No, he did that last week in Miami.
Hey, BWatts, you're moving on into windy right now. You're moving on to windy now.
Yeah. Hey, you said it on my show, Steve, when you acting like Stevie Wonder. You're out there with them hoes now. Yeah.
That ain't no Stevie Wonder. That's Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Yeah, you don't want to play Ray Charles now, do you? Hey, what that song say? Hey,
I got a woman.
You got a song got saying. You know why I do it right now? You can do the Ray Charles. Cause you do got a song got saying. Perfect time. It's perfect time. Hey, you saw Travis when he caught that touchdown or that interception he did. He swung that rope like a cowboy, right? And hooked him and come here and ride.
Hey. You something else, BWatts.
Hey, Greg said it. No boy, I'm telling you, no boy. I'm telling you, man. It's that music, bro.
BWatts, you a bad man. Hey, young fellas, get your personal business off the podcast. Just have your football, because when you put them beautiful women on there, and your mind ain't right when it comes to them games, people gonna go places, and they gonna go places.
Bucky put it in now. Bucky supposed to edit it out.
Hey, he do it on purpose now.
Exactly. Just like they put that play where they threw the ball behind his back. He threw the ball behind his back.
Exactly. Yeah. He should and take it off.
that stuff you don't put on there, because if you do something like that, people in politics.
Hey, look, man, what's going on with our kicking game?
I'm disappointed because I'm like, Coach Prime is gonna fix this for next year. He's gonna get a kicker that can get that ball way past the end zone, because he got some people he recruiting that can flat out get it. And if he don't get it with him recruiting, I guarantee he's gonna get him. He gonna get him out there on that. He'll get him out there and say, "Hey, come on in here." When they get in the portal, he's gonna get a kicker, because he has to.
We had a freshman kicker, that little muscular freshman kicker. Where he went? He was kicking the ball from the other side of the field through the field goal.
Yeah. But
what are doing? He just on the top thing now. What?
I ain't seen him out there. The little muscular little kicker.
Well, why Webster didn't make the trip?
I think they say he was hurt or something. I don't know. He ate too many hot wings. He must have ate too many hot wings on there with Travis. I say, but they didn't stop eating them hot wings. They just wait. They need to wait the off season. Get an ulcer out there and have messed up stomach out there trying to mess around with Travis. Y'all do that mess in the off season.
It was that hot wing. That bad like a choke. He take that. Boy, his whole face. That's straight up.
Hot wings.
I'm just glad they won, man. I'm just glad they won, boy. Cause they had a long
we can have fun. And we can
have fun with them there, man. Yeah. I'm just glad they won. So when we look at the Big 12, when y'all look at the Big 12, I still think they got a good shot. Now, Kansas gonna be a game now.
No. Every game. BWatts, we need to stop this. Every game is going to be a big game. If you go in there thinking you're going to win a game against Utah or anyone else, and you thinking, ask Miami Hurricanes, ask these other teams that lost today, ask Iowa State. If you think you're going to walk into a place and it's an automatic win because you think you all of that in a can of paint, it's not going to happen. These other teams, go.
I knew Georgia Tech was going to get them.
They got them last year.
Miami.
Yeah. Georgia Tech got them last year when they was undefeated.
Yeah, I told Cody last night they was gonna get them.
Georgia Tech got them last year. Remember they undefeated? They got them at the end of the game. You know, Georgia Tech defense is pretty stout, pretty decent. They running game. They went through about 3-4 running backs.
I you know seen Georgia Tech and play in person.
Yeah, my cousin's a linebacker on Georgia Tech, and he got a big sack on Cam Ward. So I mean, I knew that Georgia Tech could beat them because Miami is overrated. They really lost 2 games. They got helped out. And that is their third. So they're not really that good. And Cam Ward is not no Shador. His pocket presence and being able to scramble is not what I thought it was. If he sit in the pocket, he'll destroy you. If you put pressure on him, it seems like to me the only person really can handle pressure is Shador. Because you seeing that what's going on with Georgia. You see what happened with the Texas quarterback. Now everybody back saying Shador is the best quarterback in the world. Shador do some dumb stuff, run around in circles, but he get loose most of the time. He choose when he want to get sacked because he can throw them all the way, but he want to preserve his passing percentage or something. He takes sacks for fun. He actually gets away. Like if he he's
gonna come back with a 15 or 20-yard pass.
I'm saying like out of 10 passes, if you pressure him 10 times, at least 7 other times Shador gonna get away. The other quarterbacks can't get away. They don't get away.
Yeah.
Shador be knowing they coming and loop around and all that. He be seeing them coming. And when he gets sacked, he know he finna take the sack. He take the sack on purpose. So you know when you look at what happened,
on purpose, but
he be like, he see him coming right in his face. He'll be like, he don't try to throw it away. Ward to throw it away. Ward throw away so many balls, but Shador don't for whatever reason. But Iowa State, I knew Iowa State once I saw them over the last week or two. I knew Iowa State was gonna lose to Kansas because what I saw was. They can't handle no athletic quarterback. That's why UCF was about to get them. And this quarterback is way more athletic. That quarterback in Kansas can run that ball. So I knew Iowa State was going to have problems. And that's what they did. I ain't see the game, but the way they were scoring, I know that quarterback had a lot to do with it. Because they cannot stop a running quarterback to say they like. And that's why Kansas State going to get them too. And Cincinnati probably get them. Because they got a good running back. I expect Cincinnati to win them. I didn't expect Texas Tech to get them because I ain't know. But Iowa State done. I told you Iowa State going to lose probably 2-3 more games.
What y'all think about Kansas State now?
Who?
What you think about Kansas State now, Steve?
Kansas State is a very good team, just like anything else. But I think Kansas State probably going to lose one more. They'll lose one more. But it doesn't make a difference if they win. It doesn't make a difference if they win, lose, or whatever. Win, lose, or draw. Everything goes to CU. Is CU going to be focused and going to be mentally prepared to run this gauntlet? And that's what it's all about. If you look at it, they're on a roll. When you're on a roll, what you have to do is stay focused. Let the main thing be the main thing. Coach Prime need to. Greg, I think you hit it on the head. You nailed the people out there talking about winning ain't about having fun all the time. Winning is about being focused. You can have fun while you're doing it, but it's about obtaining the goal. What is your goal? Is your goal to have fun or is your goal to win championships? If your goal is to win the championships, everybody got to be on the same accord, be focused, and all working for the same goal. And that's what I want to see CU do. I ain't saying you have to turn music off 100%. You can still let your music play and stuff like that, have a good time. But what you shouldn't be doing, you shouldn't have 101 people on your team with podcasts going and spending all this time on podcasts and doing all this stuff. Because when you're on a winning streak, everybody's telling you how great you are. You're the Muhammad Ali. You start believing that mess and you're going to get an L just as fast as you got a W because of the fact that you're not focused. And it's like if you watch Rocky, and I love Rocky 3, Clubber Lang and Rocky. When Clubber Lang was eating sardines and working out in that basement, you couldn't beat him. When Clubber Lang won that belt and started eating steak, Rocky tore his head loose. It's about being hungry and focused. I want Colorado hungry and focused to win that championship, and that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, I think what's about to happen, I think we're going to see these last 3 games is going to be a repeat of what we seen the first 3 games last year. Every show, every content creator, ESPN, DSPN, all the ends, everybody it's going to be the countdown to the playoff. It's countdown to Big 12 Colorado. It's going to be the ratings and all. You talking about the ratings? That's all it's going to be. It's going to be on Big Noon next week, play actually at noon, 10 o'clock daytime. And it's going to be all about Colorado. One more game. They got 2 more to go. 1 more to go. It's going to be all of that about Colorado. It's going to be about the Cinderella team. This is our version of a Cinderella. Because you was like, what they say, 11, 12, 13th in the conference. And here
the narrative.
The narrative is going to sell like popcorn and peanuts at a baseball game. The narrative, everybody going to be talking about it. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be like the first 3 games last year when everybody said, oh, Colorado undefeated. Oh, my goodness. It shocked everybody. They supposed to be defeated. They supposed to lost the first 3 games. And here they is, 3-0 going against Oregon. That's what it's going to be like. The next 3 games and them going against a possibly undefeated BYU. And can they handle it? I know Dion know, about the whole, can everybody handle the spotlight? This spotlight going to get real bright. Starting tonight. Tonight. All them boys lost. They're going to wake up. They might be ranked number 15th in the morning. It might jump. Like, oh, shut. We 3 games away. We 3 slots away from being in the playoff. Yeah. And we about to win the Big 12. Can you handle that? Because you've been the underdog the whole time. Can you handle the spotlight? Can you handle the spotlight? Can you handle people celebrating you? Or worse, can you handle people celebrating you who didn't like you a week ago? They hated you. And they hated you, but are you still enough to be confused that they're your friend now? Coach Brian know all about it. Now he really going to be teaching. All that teaching he be doing, now he really going to have to teach what it's like, what they say, how do you walk through a room full of vipers? How do you walk in a room full of people who smiling at you and they want to bite you? And don't think they're your friend. Everybody want to come to the game. Everybody want to stand on your sideline ain't your friend. Even Coach Prime should know that. Everybody don't want to see you win. You're going to have some little witches. Some people show up trying to cut you down because they can't show they hate you because they don't want to be like a lot of people finna eat public crow publicly because they dog them out.
Public crow.
They're gonna be eating crow right in front of us. Feathers and all gonna be in their mouth. They eating crow because everything they said, including us, what we said, all them people, where they at? They ain't had a chance to breathe since Nebraska, really. And that's how it's gonna be. You're not gonna be able to say nothing about Colorado if they win the next 3 games. And people gonna have to eat public crow. And I'm just glad to be on the right side of history.
You're right. Well, you got the narrative is this: the road to the Heisman and the road to the Big 12 championship. CU, and then you got Coach Prime with his movie Prime that they're doing right now. Man, everything is falling in a line. The next thing people didn't even touch on is this one here. Texas Tech had all of those recruits at that game. Can you imagine if you're a defensive recruit and you saw the way that defense performed today? Do you think that you would be sitting there with your hands up saying, I want a piece of that defense because that defense there is a showstopper? And what it does is he's the biggest recruiting tool ever. When they go out and they produce, I look at recruiting. CU gonna have to tell people we're not accepting you because of the fact that you're not what we're looking for. And that's a good thing to do because they are hot right now. And they are producing and they are developing young men. When you get Cash Cleveland that got in that game today, if you're an offensive guard, tackle, or whatever, and you saw Cash Cleveland and you saw that big boy, I call him the Seton Express, the way they performed, oh my goodness. If I'm that boy, that tackle that want to be coming in there, that tackle that's assigned to USC, ain't nowhere in the world I wouldn't say, sign me up, coach. I like what's going on over there. Y'all got something special going over there. Sign me up because it's winning football, and I want to be a part of it. So back at you, Greg.
Let me ask y'all this, and there's one thing that stood out to me that I meant to say. And I know y'all noticed it, but we talked about it a lot during the spring. That defensive line, everybody keep talking about the defensive line, but it's something in particular that people are not noticing why they're so good. When I tell you they look like a bunch of baby saps, all the moves that we watch him teach, all them, what? Yeah. I watched, I'm like, oh, now I know the moves myself. I saw they had a few sacks that the line, like our line, benefit from going against these boys because the moves they doing is not college level. They like, what is that? I can tell how the linemen look. They had them blocked like we saw in the camp when they were doing the one-on-ones. And they have them blocked. They snatch their arm down. Now they will snatch their arm down like that and go sack the quarterback. And the linemen be like, is that legal? They was doing some moves, man.
Dancy teaching that to the edge.
Dancy, you know why Dancy good? Because he not a pro. But what he do, he's so smart. He sit and watch what they teach, and he go in overdrive on it. He like a robot on it. Because his edge room is almost like, I'm going to take what y'all do, and I'm going to teach it better because I'm not you. That's what it looked like. Because his edge room, man, the moves they doing, BJ Green, the moves he doing.
Hey, what team?
They put them boys down like that. The boys thought they had them blocked. And they like, like, God, dog. That's how they were sacking them. Them boys was blocked.
Other than Oregon, what team in college football has edges that's playing at the level that CU has right now? And you can go through the SEC. You name any team in the SEC, edges. I'm talking about edges. Other than Oregon, what edges? You name a team with edges that got 6 or 7 that are playing at the level that CU playing at.
There ain't no SEC team doing that.
That's my point.
Yeah. Ain't nobody got that.
Oregon got that many.
Oregon ain't got that. Oregon got them now. Oregon got them out because Oregon don't play
that many.
Bro, Oregon got 5 stars sitting over there on that on the.
I don't care about no stars. They ain't got that many.
They
might have 1 or 2 or maybe 3.
BWatts, what I'm telling you, Oregon don't play their players like Coach Prime does. They do that Georgia's mess. They let them stars sit on that bench and they'll redshirt them, and then they put them in that next year. They play them.
I'm in with BWatts. I don't think it's the players. When you got a Hall of Famer who specializes in sacking, coaching you, he can make a 3-star play better than the 5-star with all the talent in the world. Now, if 5-star get the coaching that they got,
if that's the case, Barnes would be better than Aaron Donald.
Well, we ain't talking about Barnes. We talking about Aaron.
Barnes.
We got to throw a shot. Hey, sometimes I really think
I'm primarily talking about the edge.
But he's being taught by Sapp and Dancy. Lewis.
Yeah, but I'm saying Barnes is not coming off the edge. Like them boys coming off the edge. When you look at their moves, off the edge, now Manil has taken on a lot of what Sapp was taught. I can tell you who's taking it on. Manil has, sometimes Tafiq has, but Manil, I know same coach tried, he tries, but Manil, we saw during the summer, Manil was doing a lot of the stuff we was pointing out.
Yeah, that's
his hand work, he practiced that hand work, and you could tell, man. You could tell. They use them hands in a different way.
And when you see Ray and Brewer come back, man, that defensive line, man, they're gonna be right now.
Now you're right on that. I'm waiting on him. Buell. I'm waiting on Buell. I hope he comes back because he was playing at a very good level. Now I will agree with y'all on the point that, like I said, they are playing at a high level. When we haven't talked about Green either. Green played outstanding today. BJ Green was outstanding today. So it just goes to tell you. It just goes to tell you, and I think we should have hit more on Cash Cleveland on how Cash Cleveland came in and controlled that offensive line the way he did, and everything turned around when Big Cash came in. And I would love to see the expression of, I hope his mother plays They play his mother and his family because I'm sure they were watching the game at their home to see the excitement and stuff like that. That's what I love about football. That's what makes football beautiful to me, to see families and to see the story. But Cash Cleveland did an outstanding job of coming in there. And if you look at the game, Cash Cleveland had a couple pancakes. He finishes plays. Cash finishes plays. Cash really goes out there to have fun, and he's doing his thing. So with that being said, I will go back. I will go back to the defense. If CU wins the Big 12, it's going to be because of their defense and not because of their offense.
They're going to win. They're going to win because of that defense.
They're going to. I'm just going because I'm going on this. They're 18 to 22-year-old men, and just like you said, some things distract some people. It don't take number 2 people to get distracted on that team to change everything. I'm not going on. I want 2, 12, and the team to say they're going to win the Big 12. I don't want me to say it because I'm not the one out there going to be hitting or throwing touchdowns. I need that defense to start saying and start holding people. This is one thing, if y'all look at Coach Prime, the one thing that defense is not doing, and I'll say this, they're not holding those 2 people accountable for stepping up and stepping their game up. Coach Prime said it. I didn't say it. Coach Prime said this year. And that is going to be the difference between championship or making the Big 12 game, championship game. Championship winning or making the Big 12 championship. It's making everybody held accountable to step up and do their part.
All right, guys, that's about it for me tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Appreciate Greg, appreciate Steve for joining me tonight. It was a good show tonight. If y'all don't mind, while you're in here, hit that like button on the way out and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I'll be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the fellas. So if y'all don't mind, tune in, and I'll be back Monday also at 8. Give you my top 8 players that had a good game. And on Tuesday, I'll be back with Steve Woodland. Well, guys, all right, let's go out on a positive note. Let me know something good that you like seeing in the game tonight, and we'll end the show. Go ahead, Greg, then Steve.
What was positive that I like seeing in the game tonight? A win. That's what I like seeing. They won. That's the positive. I like to see the fact that they have a chance to win again next week. They still alive. I think that's the only thing that matters at this point. The habits you develop and winning. And that'll get you to your goal, you say. We say we accomplished the whole bowl game, what they say next. The next goal is not to win another game. Yes, the goal 1-0 every week, but the next goal is the championship. So I think that's what we're going for. We're not going for wins. We're going for championship. You don't get to that championship without eliminating some stuff that block you from getting to that championship. So that's what we at with.
Wow. My positive is congrats to Cash Cleveland stepping up, having an outstanding game, moving us forward with this victory. I got a positive on my boy Wade stepping in there, knowing he'll be red-shirted, but getting up, excelling, going there, getting 2 big sacks, and making big plays. BJ Green, and then I'll say that defense is the show. They need to be commended, and thank y'all people out there in podcast land for being great and doing what you do and supporting the BWatts show. God bless you and have a great night.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. I want to thank everybody once again. Hey, we 72. That's all I can say. We won. We won. That's all that matters to me. Like Greg said, I want a championship. That bold stuff of that 6-6, 7-5, miss me with that. That was last year team. This year, you need to be 10-2. You ain't got time to be losing no more games. You just don't know how hard it is to come over here and do a show and you don't allow. What we gonna talk about? Yeah. With the talent that you got. We ain't got to talk about. I don't. When you don't allow, that's just me. Yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Greg, let them know what time they can catch you tomorrow, buddy.
We're going to be live 12:30 tomorrow. Going to do an analysis of the game. Greg said it. If y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all up. Y'all have time. If you're not in church, 12:30 tomorrow.
All right, guys. Steve, see you tomorrow, buddy. Y'all be
Enjoy,
good, man.
sir.
All right. Colorado defense. They got different characters on this team, and that's why they are must-see TV.